Here we are, day 11. I don't even have enough fingers. Now my wife's telling me day 10. I wrote day 11, so it's day 11. It's 10 plus 1. I don't know. Yeah, it really doesn't matter anymore. I was on a show with a bunch of different people last night. Some of the main ones were Dusty, Alabama picker. Pat's here. Hey, Pat, how are you? There was Scott, the bearded picker. It was on his channel. We kind of were just going to run kind of wild, and somehow we got Tim Jordan in there, who is a very, very knowledgeable guy when it comes to Amazon. Dusty's very, very, very good on eBay. He's very focused with his eBay stuff. And I felt called out by Dusty, but I want you to know before anybody gets all irate about it, I felt it. I found it to be a good thing. Dusty knows what he's talking about. And
hello?
Just one second. My wife's going to walk past, I think, or she's going to go in the outside, or I don't know what.
Hello?
It's her mom calling. Sorry about that, guys. Her mom is calling from New Jersey, who is in quarantine. So it's we like to give her a little boost of morale when we can. So Dusty said, if you did this and this with these listings, and I really appreciate that. I mean, sincerely, I said something about this morning, and Dusty kind of got a little taken back by. It was a big deal to me, because honestly, all the things he said, I have written down. We talked about it a year ago. We talked about it a year and a half ago. We've talked about 2 years ago, and so basically, I went into one of my listings and looked at it on the phone. There's a flag. It's one of my flag listings. I don't know how to record my screen. I wish I could. There's a lot of problems with my listings. Some of my listings were built 10 years ago. The images don't fit. They don't have the right dimensions to be on a phone. And a lot of buyers buy from the phone, from the apps or tablets, or very few people sit on a desktop anymore. I happen to be one that does everything on a desktop, so I really don't think about it. But one of the biggest things I've seen besides the images is my description. You can't see it on here. I wish you could. But if you sell on eBay, you need to look at your descriptions. So one of the things I've decided to do is I am going to really look at this. And I appreciate Dusty's bringing this up to me. That's why I put his name in the title, because I know he watches my channel. I unblocked him on Facebook today. Shh, don't tell anybody. He doesn't know it yet. Let's see how long it takes him to figure it out. I don't know how to unblock him on YouTube. Dusty and I have had our differences. We don't see eye to eye 100% of the time. But I also respect Dusty very much because he's very, very knowledgeable. So, listen, I took notes from last night's show. I've been selling the same products for 13 years now, and I took notes. There was so much gold in that show last night. I wish I had a link from that show last night. It is on Bearded Picker's main channel. If you didn't see it, you really need to watch it. But I have a new hope. Amazon gave me a little hope with the loan. I mean, I really was counting down. Today would have been 57 days until I was bankrupt. It was a scary thing. I knew exactly when I would have to call the bankruptcy lawyer and start the paperwork, and it did not look good for me. I couldn't get anybody to answer me from Amazon Lending. And I promise you, when you will see a different me coming out of this pandemic, outbreak, whatever you choose to call it, I am going to be debt free. I'm not a huge Dave Ramsey fan. We discussed that last night. I don't disagree that we shouldn't have debt. If I didn't have debt in my company, I wouldn't be struggling like I am right now. Excuse me. And I get to see both sides because my company is in debt, but Lori and I personally are not in debt. The debt that the business has is on the business. It's not on Lori and I personally. So it's not affecting our lifestyle because we're not that free and we have a little money in the bank and we're okay. The business, on the other hand, is counting down the days till bankruptcy. Not right now, but we'll see what happens. I believe now that Amazon's made a move, I actually have a lot of hope that if this thing continues, that they actually push it out another month on the loan thing. I think it's just going to be a matter, they're not going to push it out 2 months to start with, because if it improves, they don't want their money out on the street. I understand that. From a business perspective, I think it's a very good move on their behalf. Kelly, I appreciate that. But guys, what can you do now to improve your business? Everything Dusty said last night, I have in a 5-page written up thing. All right. This is on one division of my company. My brother, who is my warehouse map, a 5-page plan for a different section of the company. Both are the only 2 parts of my business that are on eBay. I don't have all 4 parts of my business on eBay. There's some shipping issues with that. But it's okay. I'm okay with that. But what we did, what information was given out last night, if you did not see that video, please watch that video. It was a great moment in time where a bunch of very smart people got together and gave out a lot of gold for free. There was a lot of information given out last night, in between us laughing and giggling and making fun of each other and things like that. Dusty kind of gave me the push I needed, and I appreciate that. Listen, my goal was to come out of this about 75% of the size of the company I have right now. Some of my employees that I laid off said, we don't want to come back. It's nothing personal, but the warehouse work is a dead-end job. There's no moving up in the warehouse. Once you start boxing for me or packaging for me, that's about as far as you're going to go. There's no upward mobility in that job. And they understand that. They're grateful for the time that I had them employed. But they're moving on. One of them is going in the military. One is a mother. One is a wife. That's just not, they've decided that they're going to move on from this. I gotta be honest, I'm grateful that they worked for me, but I'm also grateful they're not coming back. It gives me a chance to downsize without having to take somebody's income. These people were laid off. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry, this is my brother. Yeah.
I can't find the new pot holder tags for the 10 packs. Got the 5 packs.
Let me call you back. I'm on a live show.
Okay, whatever you say.
All right. Goodbye. He's trying to do some work for Christmas. We're still moving ahead with what we have. Kelly moved to a new house and has some health issues. Kelly, I pray for you. I hope you feel better. I'm fixing to take my wife to the doctor here shortly. She needs medication, and it's just a normal thing we have to do to get her prescriptions. Guys, you have to work through this. I've been pretty mopey about it. I had a very dismal outlook on this, and rightfully so. The debt was strangling me. I did a lot of things to put myself in position to pay off this debt in 2020. But by putting myself in that position, I also cut out some of the stuff that I was doing before that allowed me to keep going. Like most Americans, my business was living paycheck to paycheck. When Amazon said, "Whoop, we're freezing that paycheck," I got crumbled like I got crushed like everybody else. My numbers look bigger. It just means the fall was that much greater and harder. Like I was saying, my plan is to come out of this at 75%. eBay is going to be a big part of that. I always thought it was. My sales are slower there right now, but it's okay. I'm okay with it. We'll see what happens. But know that show last night kind of gave me a little bit of motivation. I think you're going to see a different me. One of the things I'm going to do is on eBay, some of my listings have very old pictures. I want to update all my images. I'm also going to put a little information on my images. They're called infographics. eBay says that the first one has to be a white background. That's because that's what Google wants, is a white background. That flag I was showing you, if you look, is not on a white background. And I don't know what I got to do. I don't know what I got to do. I'll see if I can get it. See, it's got it like a purplish background. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, no, I know, Pat. You think eBay sucks. And I'm going to use Pat for a minute. Pat has a business where he sells a very unique item, and he did very well on eBay. And eBay put a real hurt on him and his business model. So I understand why he's like that. Not everybody. A lot of people don't want to sell on eBay because they do FBA. See, I have a very unique situation from other people wherein I don't have to ship product. If I manage just product that my manufacturers ship directly to the customers for me, once the listings are done, other than updating them once in a while, I don't have to. I don't have to do much, and my systems are automatic. So, why is Amazon not paying out their sellers? Cully, it's not that they're not paying us out; they froze our ability to ship inbound to FBA. They have, and what they are doing is needed. What they are doing is what I would be doing if I ran Amazon as well. They have taken non-essential items and made them low priority in shipping. The essentials, anything deemed essential, is being shipped sooner and quicker. And I understand their position. Everything I sell is non-essential. So my sales tumbled overnight. When they announced it, it was like almost instant my sales dropped to nothing. And I'm okay with that. I'm willing to put the American people before my sales. But as a business, it hurt. It flat out hurt. eBay is doing eBay for me is a good platform because I get a lot of good from eBay instead of it going to my website, which my website isn't anywhere near as strong in the search engines as eBay is for me. So I understand Pat's take on why he's not strong in the eBay right now. And I fully understand that, Pat. We've had lunch, so I know a lot more than most people do about that situation. And Amazon, my listing, I haven't looked at my listings, but I think as I go forwards and I start adding new products, I am going to look at my listings on the phone. I got to tell you, my eBay listings are horrible. They are horrible. They just don't show up like I would want them to, which surprised me, guys. Honestly, it surprised me. So with that, that's basically what I got going on. So for me, I want you to know that I am going to be around. I am going to get back to work. I tell you all the time to get off your ass and go to work. I just didn't have a goal. I didn't have any hope. If you're digging a hole, you have to have hope that the hole was going to be what you need it to be. I felt like I was aimlessly digging with no hope that my company was going to last more than the next 57 days. Any changes that I make on eBay will not yield sales overnight.
I just heard 2 babies.
Yeah, I know they did. I know they did.
That's like Robin.
You see, Pat is in the same boat as I am with Amazon right now. His anchor is eBay. My anchor is Amazon. Amazon is choking the life out of me. It is a great platform to turn a lot of cash, but for me, it's an anchor right now that I need to cut free from. And Pat has the same problems with eBay, and I understand what Pat's saying. I really do. It's hard for me to explain because I don't want to discuss it, but all I was bringing up was that I understand it. And listen, eBay is not perfect for everybody. Amazon is not perfect for everybody. Whether it's Etsy's not perfect for everybody. I don't think I could sell any of my product on Etsy. I don't think any of it qualifies to be sold on Etsy. So you have to find what works best for you. Dusty, if you're watching and listening, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I really do. It might have been the kick in the ass that I needed to actually start putting my business back together again to overcome this loan. Guys, remember, I hope you're being safe out there. Remember, stay 6 feet away from each other. It's hard for me and my wife to do that. So, but other than my wife, we really have been doing what they've asked us to do. This is day. She's saying 10. I'm saying 11. Who the hell knows? Be safe. Remember, God bless you. God loves you. I'm trying. And I'll be back soon. Guys, have a blessed day, man. Take care.